We have this mobile phone that I received from another phone technician, and the technician told me that the customer really needs the data and the phone has been down for years, so data recovery is the main thing. So the phone, you can clearly see that the phone is water damaged, and water has dealt with the phone. You can clearly see some burns from that display circuit that we opened. So the phone fault is that the phone keeps restarting, but you can just hear from the sound, right, the restarting vibration, and no display at all. So it's very normal and obvious because you can clearly see that the display circuit is not okay at all, which is that, right? And we have the power circuit here. So our problem should be coming from this section. You can clearly see these black components. Those are inductors. Keep that in mind. Those are inductors. So the way that we are going to test this is different from how we test capacitors. You can see that I'm testing them side by side because I'm expecting them to beep. Those are capacitors. They're not supposed to beep when I test them side by side. You get, and that's an inductor. It's beeping. That capacitor is not beeping. These capacitors are not beeping from both sides when I'm performing a cold testing. So the reason why I'm removing this IC right here is because you see that big capacitor at the top left. That capacitor is giving a low reading. It's not actually shorting, but it's giving a reading of 160. The capacitor is giving a diode reading of 160 something, which is very low because this capacitor should be the main input of this mobile phone, of this circuit, sorry, the display circuit. So after checking, the capacitor is still reading that low. So from there, you know that there is a problem with this, with the line, with this capacitor line. It can be the capacitor or the other components that are connected to the same line, right? So I just put back the ICs. You can see no need for reballing because I removed the IC perfectly. So it was no doubt that this capacitor is faulty, you get, but we don't just confirm that. We can, because the component is not totally short into ground, you can easily know if it's the fault. So I remove the component and I test it side by side out of the motherboard, and it's basically reading 150 something. That reading, that's very low, right? So I came here, then I tested the circuit, and the line was reading great. So all I had to do, I had to replace the capacitor just like that, and very smooth. Well, if you're watching this and you want to get my courses, you can get my courses right now with a 70% discount. Send me a message on WhatsApp. That's my number right there. After putting the capacitor, I tested and it's reading okay. But the phone was vibrating when you press the power button, not continuously, but no display. So I had to check the phone again. That particular circuit, like I said, that's a display circuit, right? After removing the IC, we confirm that the IC is okay on that. But you check this inductor is not okay. So how did we get to know that this inductor is not okay? By testing the inductor from both sides in continuity test mode and not getting a beep. So from there, I said that, yeah, we need to replace this inductor. So I had to use my workstation to pull out the inductor just like that, and very smooth, as I usually do. Then I grab another inductor. It looks different, right? And a little bit bigger. Not a problem. Great. So I just mount it like that, and I clean the PCB just like that, and very smooth. Great. Also, talking about my block diagram master book, you can also get it right now, the soft copy with a 75% discount, 70% discount, I mean. That's the phone right there. You can see the reading from the DC power supply, and the phone is working. So check it out. Subscribe and follow for more videos. Make sure you comment what you think about this video and the video you want next.